somebody who has felt for a pretty long time that they don't really fit in with everybody else. There's been probably some issues in terms of feeling like a black sheep in the family or feeling like kids at school didn't really understand you. We've got the Mummy and the Witch card. Between the ancient past and the modern world, is there any place where I belong? And we also have beneath the veil of night, my thoughts conjure light. Shining through the darkness, I am magic burning bright. So even though there's probably some negative connotations with the word witch, this is a very positive interpretation because there is a magical energy within whoever I'm reading. And this is something that makes people feel uncomfortable around you because they don't have that magic. You are a big dog in a small dog part of the dog park. You know what I mean? So people are going to be like, "Mm." And it means you have to find your own way of understanding yourself and how other people view you. So let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. And I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. Hello, James. Hello, Rachel. Hello, Ruben. Hello, Key Controller. How we doing? If you're interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedwandstarot@gmail.com. It's in the description box, as is more information on how to become a member. Thank you to the current members, and thank you to those that have checked out my candles on Etsy. That's linked as well. And I feel like it's just a little bit too dark. So we're going to light another candle. There we go. Hopefully that helps. All right, let's see what else we've got going on. We're going to go with the Edgar Allan Poe Tarot. Hello, Joaquin. How you doing? What else do we have? Three of Cups, Five of Swords, Two of Cups. Sorry, there's like a nose on my hair. Hair in my nose. This is definitely a divide between one person and the community. The Three of Cups from the Edgar Allan Poe makes a ton of sense in this reading because we have a disconnect or a feeling of not being a part of the group. And why is that? Because the group is wearing masks, because none of them are real, because they all care so much about their reputation, they can't be themselves. So there's this tendency to ruin things for themselves. And I feel like you see the bigger picture. The decisions that you make are not surface level or based in what other people would want for you. As such, there is a division. People don't understand you and you don't understand them. For you, it's like, okay, 1 + 1 = 2, so why over here talking about 3? And it's because there is a lack of spiritual healing for those individuals. They don't want to deal with the accountability or the changed behavior or those difficult conversations. So how are you going to connect with people when they're all discombobulated, when they don't, address the things that need to be healed? It's like you speak different languages. Three of Swords, Four of Wands in the reverse, King of Cups. Yeah, these are like, I almost want to say Stepford wives. The Three of Cups are the community, the people that don't understand you and you don't understand them. It's because they're not willing to actually dive deep into those emotions. That King of Cups has a wooden face and is surrounded by people that look pretty miserable, except for the skeleton dude hanging from the ceiling. Do you see his glowing eyes? Look, I feel like part of healing and spiritual growth that sometimes gets missed in, everything else that you're dealing with is that if you are actually growing and developing as a person, there are going to be times where friends, family, or romantic love interests are going to seem like, what was I thinking? You ever buy a piece of clothing and in the fitting room, you're like, damn, this looks great. I'm pretty excited about this. And then you get home and you put it on and you're like, what? No, this is so gross. Well, I would never wear this. You're having that reaction to people around you because they are stagnant or they don't prioritize that healing or that spiritual growth the way that you do. So the issue is, how can you continue to connect with people? Do I have to be as cheesy as saying like trying to use the wrong charger on your cell phone? Like, it just doesn't compute, you know? Hello, April. Hello, B. How we doing? What else? Page of Swords. And the Empress in the reverse. Oh, they like to gossip, huh? I'm shocked. And the Four of Cups in the reverse. Are you dealing with like a bunch of pick-me's? Are you dealing with a bunch of people who do whatever they can to be like cooler than the other person? That's so exhausting. I definitely feel like there's gossip, a lot of right? But being nice to your face, mostly. Emotional manipulation, throwing people under the bus, stealing people's boyfriends, girlfriends, whatever. We got a lot of unhealed toxic energy. Look, I've worked in a bar before, and it feels like that's this energy right here. You know, just a bunch of gossip, a bunch of problems. So, like, let me just ask you this, though. Like, do you want to be able to fit in with these people? Because I feel like there's a difference here in integrity. Hello, Erin. Hello, Javier. How are you doing today? Hello, pretty Nikki. Hello, Rick. How are you doing? Nine of Swords and the Eight of Swords. Following the Strength and the reverse card. So 2 8s. I don't know. I'm feeling kind of judgy over here because I just feel like you're over your head in a cesspool of people who don't work on themselves. I feel like I'm going to catch something. Oh no, where did my accountability go? I don't know. Maybe you just work in a field where everybody's a backstabber. Backstabber? Backstabber. Maybe you deal with a family where everybody's like out for themselves. I don't like this. You're not supposed to feel like you fit in here. You feel trapped because this is not like a happy place to be. Like, of course you're uncomfortable. These people can't be trusted. This is the Noisy Tarot. Hey, Nasdaq, how are you doing today? Hello, Steven. What's up? What else do we have? Page of Swords, the Star in the reverse. So the Page of Swords is clarifying the Page of Swords. Low probability on that one. But then we also have the Star in the reverse. Very untrusting people, untrustworthy people. The World, and 6 of Cups in the reverse. You want any bad habits? These people can teach you. They got all the bad habits. Like, I don't know, man. This would be the type of community who, you know, smiles for a picture and then posts it on social media and says something mean about you on it. Like, this is like, very high school. Immature behavior, taking things that aren't theirs, repeating rumors, creating rumors. Queen of Pentacles, Five of Cups in the reverse. You're this Queen of Pentacles. It doesn't matter what your gender is. We have the Emperor as well. So these two are your energy. This is saying you have the ability to acknowledge that this is not where you belong, that the people that you have around you, whether it's friends, family, coworkers, whatever, I'm not saying you have to throw everybody out. There's a lot of toxic energy around you, and this is saying you have the ability to like rise above it. And I don't think you would regret it because you would end up meeting people who are, you know, a little bit more on your level. What else? Two of Pentacles, Chariot in the reverse, and the Knight of Swords. Yeah, I mean, it's like abrasive. An onslaught of people who are always causing trouble, always starting arguments, trying to figure out, do I believe this person? Do I believe that person? Who's more likely to be the one who caused the problem? It sounds like you're babysitting like 5-year-old quadruplets. It makes me think of that I Love Lucy episode where she unknowingly is babysitting twins, but she thinks it's just one really obnoxious boy. It's like, at that point, you just need reinforcements or you need to like go elsewhere. Not if it's your own children. Five of Wands, Nine of Pentacles, Two of Wands in the reverse, and the Four of Pentacles. So you're regrouping. You're looking at this and you're thinking, gosh, things are so much nicer when I just get to like hang out by myself. It gets complicated whenever I deal with the rest of the others. There's always an argument. There's always some bickering. Maybe you just got like a family that doesn't know how to be chill, you know? Maybe the place that you work is highly competitive. But this isn't something you can plan around. This is a situation where you remove yourself because they're starting to impact your energy or they're starting to impact your moods, your understanding of what's possible. It's contagious. Ew, get away. All right, let's get a few from the situations deck. Yes. Oh, of course I do. Those that are members have access to I Love Lucy emojis for the live chat. I don't know if anyone wants to prove me right. So we've got crickets, silence, non-action, and pretending, fake, living beyond means. For some reason, I wanted to say prejudice. So we could have some looking down the nose at other people. I'm richer than you. I'm smarter than you. I'm whatever, hotter than you. It does feel to me like there's kind of like a surface level, you got to be this cool or, you know, we're going to mock you. But there's also, you know, like there's that surface level stuff. There's the bullying, and then there's the really doing the most. And I feel like it's that highest tier. Someone did something pretty grievous. Let's just, for example's sake, say that it is sleeping with someone else's spouse. And they felt like they could pretend like it was someone else or that, you know, they weren't involved at all. But there's some sort of, I feel like there's a witness or there's some proof, possibly GPS related. Maybe it's, you know, somebody was in the restaurant across the street from wherever this was, but I feel like we have someone who cannot lie about what was confirmed in their bad behavior that was disrespectful towards someone else in the group. I feel like that could be what really makes this Queen of Pentacles realize, like, all of you are still arguing about this. None of you know how to, like, deal with it constructively. It's just going to be, like, constant drama with these folks. So, like, why am I here? Yeah, exactly. We have lockbox, closed in, trapped, frustrated, and soulmate, similar friendship, romantic partner. Yeah. So we have someone in this community or this friendship group. Maybe it's even a family, right? Could be like an in-law. It's getting a little bit spicy. But we have somebody who I think got into some sort of love affair, or, you know, we got to keep this on the DL. No, it's not on the DL. I feel like it's because someone put this on social media, or someone called out like, hey, didn't you say that you were somewhere else for this? Why is your hand on that person's buttocks? There's something here that made for quite the argument, and people are choosing sides, and it's making very clear for this Queen of Pentacles, if I continue to hang around these folks, it's just going to be more of the same. They are like incapable of getting along or acting like mature, apparently. This is the Fairy Lenormand. Hello, Ren. How are you doing? Perhaps my best chance at that would be if you look at my ASMR channel where I read from books. But that's not really what I do. So we have the snake, number 7. I'm a snake. And the tree, number 5. Okay, it's looking more and more like this is a close friend or family member drama. And there is some sort of cheating or flirting with someone that you shouldn't because they're already in a relationship, even though you are very close. That's starting an argument. And it's like, I had an expectation that I could trust you. I thought that we were, you know, close like that. And now I'm finding out you've lied to me, or you've been creating this like illusion, right? Hello, Point Zero. How you doing? Hello, Maynard. How's your day? Hello, James. What's up? Oh, isn't that nice? Okay, well, we got a visit from the stork. The stork is a card that talks about good news, but it's also coming through with the mountain. So this feels to me like we got somebody who's saying, hey, Gramps, I got some news for you. I'm going to have a little baby boy or a little baby girl in a little bit. But, you know, before you congratulate my wife or my husband or whatever, I just got to tell you, it's actually somebody else. It's great news. It's just not what I thought it was going to be. Oh goodness. Oh me, oh my. I'm doing well, thank you. A little bit hungry, so I'm gonna have to eat after this. But it's okay, I made some really good soup last night. We have the 8 of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords in the reverse. So we have a person in a serious relationship who has either lied about being at work when they were really like getting it on, Or we have somebody who's lying about even having a job, and while they haven't been working, they've been well, it's a different kind of work, you know? They might still get sweaty, but they ain't making any money from it. I have a team of Soft Hope. Did I get that right? I hope I did. Hello, Ashraf. How's it going? Interesting spelling of my name. But if you want to get it right, make sure that it's plural. What else do we have? Devil in the reverse and another Knight of Swords. We have an opportunity to admit, hey, were you really working? Were you really, like, I didn't see your car in the parking lot. It's really strange, but, you know, I just figured I'd ask, like, what's up? And someone chooses to say they're innocent. Oh, no. No, I just, you know, off-site meeting. I'll be there, you know, shortly. Hello, Ronaldo. How are you doing? King of Wands. Seven of Pentacles and the Five of Cups in the reverse. Well, if you're the person who has the evidence of this, or if you're the person who is saying, hey, I think these two are like getting it on or something, you might be looking at this as, well, I could tell the truth and people might get mad at me and never want to talk to me again. But then, like, if they didn't really want to talk to me again, I wouldn't have to deal with all their BS anyway. So, worth it. Or this drama is just enough for you to be like, and we're done. I just can't with you all. You're too complicated. You have too much drama, okay? Hanged Man, Three of Wands, and the Six of Swords. What do they think it's gonna get better? I don't know. This is someone who still feels like they can double down on a lie, or still feels like they can minimize the fallout, not have to be held accountable, or not tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. We got some manipulation. It's like, I'll wait for the right moment and then I'll say this thing and then things will be fine. Three of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles. This is someone who feels like it's okay because it's not going to be a problem quite yet. But I do feel like there's a baby here. I do feel like there's a child, and we have somebody who's like, will that child make it clear to everyone what's been going on? Or am I going to be able to continue to keep people thinking it's something else? And again, we have somebody who's like pretending to work and people watching. All right, what else? Death and the Two of Wands. So we have someone who basically says, we just need to stop seeing each other. We need to stop talking to each other, focus on, you know, what people are expecting from us, pretend like nothing happened and everything will be fine. It's the like, no, we're good. But why do I feel like they're going to get caught anyway? I don't know. I just kind of do. Hello, is it AIM? How are you doing? Hello, Christine. How are you doing? Lucky break. Cuffing season. Good fortune, good things coming, turning point. See, I feel like this is saying because we have some major drama happening with the family or workplace or friendship group. We have someone who's finally saying, that's it, I'm going to find something else because I can't put up with you all. You're just like too much for me. And because they make this decision, they end up finding themselves in a different place or meeting some new people. And it's a turning point in terms of your social community, feeling like you have a place where you belong or that there are people who understand you. It does kind of sound like it, doesn't it? I was thinking that. And it's funny too, because this is the card that I thought we were going to get yesterday. Time, delay, procrastination, too busy. Someone's trying to delay admitting what they did. But now we have the kinky ways card, you guys. Someone got freaky and now they got a baby on the way and they don't want to talk about it because they know it's going to cause a huge argument because it is not, like the father is not who people expect. Yes, always. Receipts, evidence, guilty as charged, exposed, and brick wall, defense mechanism, guarded, and hard to reach. So even though there is like inevitable and eventual evidence of these two doing the horizontal mambo, even though they shouldn't have, we still have this like refusal to talk about it or admit it or think about it. It's like, la 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 la. No, there's no problem. It's fine. Nothing's gonna happen. Just leave me alone. Oh my god. They don't want to think about what's actually gonna happen. They're just like, it's still like weeks and weeks away. Everything's fine. Just shut your face. Like they don't want to think about it. Oh yeah, no, that's actually possible. 0.0. It's looking like this person literally doesn't want to deal with that conversation. Light bulb moment and chained. Codependency. Unhealthy attachment. I feel like someone discovers this before it is told. So in other words, we could have somebody just like owning it and saying, okay, everybody, just so you know, this baby right here isn't necessarily made with the ingredients that you expected it to be made with. And therefore, I feel like I should just let you know I was a little bit unfaithful, just a little bit, you know, oops. So it could be somebody else's kid. It's not going that way. I feel like it's much more likely that we are going to have some drama on the day of the birth or like within that first month. People sometimes forget that babies don't necessarily look the same like a month later. There's like hair color changes, eye color changes, right? Like there's a lot of change that happens those first several months. But we have someone who's hoping that they can just kind of squeak by and nobody notices what they did wrong. I don't think it's going to go that way. Hello, Savannah. Yes, this is a collective reading. I did do a pick a card yesterday. If y'all want me to do pick a cards more frequently, let me know. I am going to eventually get better at doing timestamps like right after. They are there now. All right, so this is the Voyage of the Soul. We have joy, serotonin, rush, happiness, excitement, euphoria, breakthrough, milestone, epiphany, climax, advancement, and quantum leap. And whispers, depth, inward, meditation, higher self, and existence. So look, here's the thing. This is setting up to be quite the movie plot, and I'm sure that you've already started making your popcorn and you're like, oh man, I wonder how this is gonna end. Oh my god, are you gonna like slap him? But the reality is, this reading is more so saying this Queen of Pentacles, whoever you are, you're over here like so not interested in dealing with this drama anymore, that it's more so like you're recognizing you have the ability to move away. You have the ability to get up from the table and not hang out with these people anymore. So it starts to get to be more and more of a plan and less of a dream, because the dynamics of this group get even more out of control. Hey Lemonade, how you doing? Hello Hot Dog, nice name. Do you have a secondary account that's called Bun? What else do we have? Tomorrow, you have an opportunity. Didn't that come out yesterday too? You have an opportunity coming up in the very near future, and it's going to enable you to get away from all the noise. I'm picturing like you get sat at a restaurant right next to a crying baby, and for, the first 5 minutes, you're like, oh, we can make this work. It's gonna be fine. Don't worry, don't worry. But then your best friend has a migraine or something, so you ask to get moved to the other side of the dining room, and then it's like glorious, and you're like, oh, this is great. You've got some peaceful, happy days ahead of you, in part because you acknowledge, I have the ability to get up and move. I can leave this. I don't have to be in the middle of everybody else's drama or even on the sidelines. I could just like get my own place or choose to get a different job or something like that, and maybe things would be a little bit easier. Hey, how's it going too? What else do we have? This is A Gamer's Ways. Player 1, you get the good controller. The console probably belongs to you, so you get to decide what the game is. 2, just remember you also assume responsibility if something goes wrong. Player 1 and Player 2 are divine partners. So make sure you're looking out for the people that you encounter, this new soul tribe that you're going to encounter. You got to show that loyalty. I don't think you really need to hear that too much, to be honest. Hello, William. Thank you. Let me write that down for you. What does next relationship look like? And what are Hannah's current thoughts about me? Awesome. I've added that for you, William. And we're already past 30 minutes, so it won't be too long before I start that for you. Oh, how did it go? They used to make you have 1,000 followers or subscribers before you could do a live stream, so they've definitely adjusted it. Yeah, because I think I had to wait until I had 1,000, and then after I was over 1,000, I still was too shy to do it. It goes without saying that the nice thing about having camera control is the ability to change your perspective and see things differently. It is recommended that you explore all modes of perception available to you to progress. So yes, you have an ability to move and have a different perspective, and also not have to listen to the crying baby anymore, right? Boss battle. This is the moment of truth. Have you grown your skills diligently and with honor, or have you brought shame on the house of the developers with your careless frivolities? What a great line. Judgment is here. Dun, dun, dun. Judgment is here for someone else, to be honest. And it's like the universe wants you to realize you don't have to be dealing with this. You don't have to be present. You don't have to be here for the storm. You can go inside and chill, you know? We've got the Thief. The Thief isn't necessarily evil, but they do tend to work for self-serving reasons. Their niche skills can prove to be useful if you make a friend of one, but they can often cause conflict amongst party members. You don't say. We definitely have somebody who has been causing issues. And we definitely have somebody who's been a little bit more than self-serving, maybe even just like full-on selfish. And this is going to come out. You don't have to be around for it. You can be blissfully unaware on some beach somewhere. You know what I mean? Negative leg. It shouldn't be possible, but your internet speeds seem to allow you to download information on situations before they happen. I hope you're using this sci-fi wizard tech for forces of good, namely leaving the premises before the fight breaks out. But Carmen, I want to have a good view of it. Oh, you'll hear about it. You'll hear about it. It might even be posted on social media for you, but you do not need to be there for it. Prequel. This quest is bringing up something hidden deep in your memory. It may be from an old game or even from console generations before your time, but something about it reminds you of home. So, for some of you, you had a difficult childhood marked by arguments or disappointments or even betrayal that may have kind of altered your nervous system, altered your perception of what is regular, what is normal, how do people react, what is anger, what is love. And I feel like this reading is for a Queen of Pentacles who's had to leverage their intuition, Nine of Pentacles, to reframe how they view things because they acknowledge that they were taught things that weren't necessarily accurate. I have to redefine certain things because that's not really how it's supposed to be, or that's not really what those intentions look like. So, this is enabling you to acknowledge that it doesn't have to be a world of chaos around you just because you might have been raised in that kind of environment. You can choose to change that and alter how you perceive things and acknowledge that there are people out there who know how to communicate in ways that are not angry and know how to show that they love you in ways that are healthy. This is acknowledging that you can remove yourself from people who act immaturely and start a lot of fights and don't really know how to heal their problems, that you can be different. And it's a good thing that you're different. And there are other people like you elsewhere. You don't have to stay around and watch the like self-destruction that these folks seem to be engaged in. You go and start your own party. You're funny, key controller. To Japan. I've always wanted to go to Japan. All right, so we're already at almost 38 minutes, so I'm going to switch over to personal questions. So we've got, what does the next relationship for William look like? Five of Cups, Nine of Wands in the reverse, King of Wands in the reverse, Two of Swords. So to be honest, William, it looks like you have a chance to change this, but as of right now, we've got a relationship headed your way that initially looks like a good idea or feels very like exciting and freeing, but changes. It could be like that honeymoon period ends and then you see this person's true colors. But I do feel like there's some anger issues here. I do feel like there's someone who is, it's like I can be vulnerable for a moment. I can let you see who I am or communicate my emotions, but then I freak out because of that vulnerability and want to like attack you or push you away. So we have someone who doesn't know how to deal with vulnerability or emotions to some degree. And I feel like this is because there was a previous relationship that really messed with this person and they have not healed from it. They have not delved into what they needed to learn from that or how they needed to maybe like change certain things after that. So they're still, I feel like they're still upset or carrying resentment from that previous relationship that makes it difficult to be in a healthy connection. You'll see a red flag or a few. But as of right now, this is saying you blow right past them. You're like, whoops, red flag. What do you? No, no, that's just a piece of cinnamon gum. We're good. We're good. No, those are red flags. Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. The Hanged Man. There is going to be something here about stunted growth. You see that this person is like stubborn or willingly being ignorant about something. They don't want to change something. And in your mind, you're like, it's not very good. But you're cute though. You gotta look at the fact that this is somebody who is hesitating on healing where it concerns a different part of their life. And does that mean that they're probably also kind of shirking their responsibility on the emotional side? Are there some, struggles that are going to cause problems for you that you don't really deserve to be dealing with, Stealth mode. Hello, Ambrose. I'm doing well. How are you doing? Hello, Pharaoh. How are you? Hello, Elizabeth. How's your day going? Thank you for the tip. Of course I will. I have one more question for William, and then I will tackle your question next, Elizabeth, or your reading. So for hey, Kerdizzle, what's up with your belly button obsession? Just curious. No, you don't. What are Hannah's current thoughts about William? Ace of Wands, Page of Cups in the reverse, Ace of Pentacles in the reverse, and the Eight of Cups in the reverse. Sadness, depression, mixed in with a little bit of longing or like craving, a little thirsty. Excuse me. Ace of Pentacles in the reverse, sense of loss. Eight of Cups in the reverse, thinking about whether or not you'll talk again, if this situation is deteriorating or over. Feels like there's unfinished business to Hannah. But the Four of Swords is in the reverse because there's something that Hannah needs to work on from a personal growth standpoint that she has been not doing. So she could be this person. But given time, she is going to work on it. So this is like meat in the slow cooker. Or, rice in the rice cooker. You don't want to open it up too soon. It's not going to be ready. Half cooked burrito. Let Hannah have some time. She's getting there. But there's a chance that things could get kind of off track if communication happens before enough of the healing has happened. All right. This is the Crow Tarot. Oh, you're so welcome, James. Would you like me to pull a few cards? That's too funny. Rachel, you make me laugh. All right, let's see what we've got for Elizabeth, please. Okay, I don't know why, Elizabeth, but I feel like there is some tie here between you and crows or ravens. I love them in part because I suppose of Edgar Allan Poe, but I also just love animals, but I feel like you might get followed by them. Hello, Matthew. How are you doing? Kerdizzle, could you grow up, please? I would appreciate it. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that, William. I hope you have a wonderful day. Yeah, what Lemonade said. What do we have for Elizabeth, please? Page of Wands in the reverse, Six of Swords, Knight of Cups, Eight of Pentacles, Two of Cups, and the Knight of Swords. You are about to hear from somebody who is no contact with you. This is a person who is dealing with a lot of obligations or complications in their life when they caught feelings for you or met you or dated you. This is someone who has carried emotion for you for a while and had to kind of like put it in it like on the back burner. I don't want it to sound so dismissive, because I do feel like they were trying to do right by the obligations or responsibilities in their life. Could be family related, for example, or financial. But this is someone who loves you and they feel like they need to communicate. Tower and the reverse. They have a changed perspective on something that they were unwilling to negotiate, or it's like they were very firm, unwilling to think about it in a different way. Now they're thinking about things in a different way. Hello, Raja. How are you doing? Thank you, Dana. How are you doing? Anything I need to know? Gotcha. Oh, goodness. Look what you started. So this person has a different perspective. They're going to come back around. They feel like they can be successful with you now. They feel like a magnetic pull to you, and I feel like they're going to do a pretty good job as far as the communication when they reach back out. But this is someone who's in love with you and like has been. Hello, Apurva. How are you doing? Let me see what we've got. Let's go with the Golden Girls. James, I'm just going to pull a few cards for you because you're awesome. And because you did too. What do we have for James, please? I love that card. We have the Fool, Death, King of Wands, King of Swords in the reverse, and the Ten of Pentacles. So we have a new opportunity or it's like an influx of positive energy that is transforming something. I feel like this is you exerting your power over a situation, investing in it the way that you need to, or pursuing the change or the action that you need to. So you're coming through as the King of Wands. Because you're dealing with a King of Swords in the reverse. Somebody who is not being honest with you about probably a large sum of money or a family matter. Stick with this. I feel like you know when to kind of lighten up the pressure or, you know, pursue what you need to. But I do feel like you have insight that is valuable, you know? Or your intuition is picking up on something. All right, let's see what we've got for Dana. And I have to write down, is it EQ? Thank you, EQ. How are you doing? How does Allie feel towards Emma? Awesome. I have added that for you. And I think I saw one more. You're welcome, Elizabeth. Thank you, Point Zero. Of course I can. Yes, good point, Rachel. Thank you for sharing that. Hello, Kumar. How are you doing? Oh, Kerdizzle, the old asking for a friend, eh? Yeah, I do that too. All right, so Dana is asking for a message about anything that Dana needs to know. What does Dana need to know, please? Two of Cups. I feel like I choose this tarot deck for you all the time, Dana. I hope you don't mind. Two of Cups, Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. The Devil. Five of Pentacles. Five of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. Codependent, loving energy from somebody who I feel like you haven't heard from in a while. I feel like we have somebody who's going to try to start an argument with you, Dana, in the near future. This person is picking a battle with you or saying something just to get under your skin, mostly because they want to get a conversation started. They could literally just be trying to get some attention. They could literally just be excited about, you know, talking to you or even irritating you. But this is someone who I feel like you already know there's no, like, you don't want to invest in anything with this person. But they're coming back around anyways. Ten of Swords, Seven of Swords in the reverse. So they're framing it up as some sort of confession, but it is something that is meant to get under your skin. And you have you have the choice to just like not say anything or not engage, because it feels like feeding the troll. Whatever you say to this person, they're just going to be like, ha ha ha, excellent. It worked. Don't give them the satisfaction. Because what they want is to get you to be angry. And they don't deserve that. Neither do you. Hello, Fred. How are you doing? Hello, Abdul. How are you doing? All right. So for EQ, we've got, how does Allie feel towards Emma? Ten of Swords, Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, Five of Swords in the reverse. This feels like somebody who wants to right a wrong or bury the hatchet, have a conversation. Like, we don't need to be arguing anymore. Is the Hermit Allie? No. So Allie is viewing Emma as the Hermit. The Hermit is a card that talks about wisdom, or someone who is willing to do their own thing. So we could have some concern that if I don't try to make things right, then you probably would do much better off without me than I would without you. So there's some like, I don't want to lose you element. Wheel of Fortune, Five of Pentacles in the reverse, and the Ace of Swords in the reverse. There's dishonesty here. But I feel like there's going to be an apology, like a let's get back on the same page, or can we figure this out? I feel like there's going to be a change in Allie's tune. Something that Allie was previously saying, now it's going to be like, I have a little bit of a change in my perspective, or I feel like I need to be a little bit more understanding. That's funny. All right. I hope that helps, EQ. And we're going to see what we've got for point 0. This is the Bianco Nero. You'll figure it out, Rachel. I believe in you. Hello, Joshua Tree. I'm doing well. How are you? So for point zero, what message is most needed? What does point zero need to know? The Star, the Fool in the reverse, Strength, and the Hermit in the reverse. I feel like this is saying don't be so harsh on yourself. I don't know if you got mixed up in a relationship with someone who doesn't know how to treat people. I think I can just leave it at that. Or if you were dealing with, you know, a boss or a family member, but this person doesn't know how to treat you. This person doesn't know how to show that they value you. And I feel like you're either contemplating walking away from this person, quitting, ending a relationship, going no contact, or maybe you like let loose on this person and was like, you know what, I'm going to tell you how I actually feel. I've been quiet for long enough and I'm sick of you. But I do feel like this is saying someone didn't act right, probably more than once, and I don't think you should feel guilty for telling them how it made you feel. Like, I'm not picking up on you being unreasonable. I'm picking up on them being unreasonable. And the fact that you lay it out or communicate directly about, like, this is not cool, I'm not going to tolerate that behavior, is an important moment for this person to realize, like, they need to get their ish together. Page of Pentacles. King of Pentacles. So basically what I'm seeing is we have somebody here who has an opportunity to step up. This is new energy. This is, do I want to build something long term? And then we have the King of Pentacles. So I do kind of feel like you've rattled someone. You stood up for yourself. I'm proud of you. You called out something that was not okay. And I think this person is like, yeah, you kind of right. So are they going to change? Yes. Communication is super important. Positive reinforcement is super important. If this person is making changes in order to be like doing right by you, and they feel after 3 months like all you do is just like pick at them and say that you don't believe them, that's not going to be like sustainable for them. They need to hear that what they're doing is right so they can continue to do it. It doesn't mean every day you have to be like, oh, good job, you tied your shoes, you know, but they need to know that it's being noticed. Hello, Aha, how are you doing? Okay, so are they going to communicate honestly? Yes. But you also have to trust your intuition on that. It will tell you if this person is not. But I do feel like this is someone who's basically like, okay, maybe I need to do things differently. Let's see. Thank you, Dana. Let's see. Will Leo warm up to the black cat if I take it in? Yes. Oh, that's so cute. Oh, that's so cute. Okay, so this is the only tarot deck that I have where even for major arcana, they have like a number up here and it's the numbers like numerology wise, right? We have 3 of Cups, so we have a 3. We have the 3 of Swords in the reverse, another 3. And we have the Hanged Man, 3. So it's like the 3 of you are meant to be like the 3 Musketeers. I love this. There's something healing and helpful that happens for Leo because of the black cat being accepted into the family. It might take a little bit. There might be a little bit of hesitation with the Hanged Man, right? A little bit of like, I don't know about you. You're going to be eating my food. You're going to be taking my pets, my snuggles, my toys, my catnip. But then things settle in. It just takes a little while. Hello, MTF7. Hello, Gabby. How are you doing? All right, I just gotta make sure I didn't miss anyone. Oh, I did. EQ asked, let me get a different tarot deck for you. Does Allie want to reconcile with Emma? Does Allie want to reconcile with Emma? Aww. That's such a sweet way to say yes. Ace of Cups. Oh Lord, I almost set that on fire. Yes, there is a desire for reconciliation here. And like genuine, like love. And Nine of Swords, sleeplessness, anxiety, maybe even a little bit of tears at night. So yeah, there's a desire for reconciliation. Some fear or insecurity over how to make that happen and whether or not that conversation would be difficult or impossible or really painful. I'll try, Levitate. We have Death and King of Wands. I do feel like there's been a transformation for Allie. It may not be completely, like there still might be some goings on, right? But there's this King of Wands, like I feel like I need to take action. Oh, man of cheese, you have no idea how perfect that question is for me. I love cheese. I dip my cheese in cheese. Okay, my favorite cheeses. Top 3 cheeses. Okay, we gotta go with Manchego, Munster. Oh God, this is so hard. And Pecorino. No, it's not just because of the name. How did I do, man of cheese? This is so exciting. Is anyone else gonna answer? Oh yeah, I totally get that, Dana. Cats be a little bit possessive sometimes. All right. You know what? I just realized we're over 60 minutes already. I'm gonna leave it there. I love you all. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the subscribes. Thank you for hyping. Thank you for the cheese question. I really do appreciate that cheese question. I know I'm weird, but I like cheese. All right. I love you guys. See you later.